everyone! I do that so my laptop can focus on the sound because it's stupid. Hey, so about 24 hours ago, I got a conch piercing. You want to see it? That's the fun part. Just looking at it. All right, I see it right here. Pretty cool. Wow, I look like an old person in the lighting. However, I did the extremely unrecommended thing, and I got I didn't get a rod. I got a CBR in my ear. It's 16 gauge, and CBR stands for captive bead ring, or like closed ball ring, because it's a ring and it has a little bead in there, like stuck between the ring, like the two ends of the ring. So, yeah, you're not supposed to, what the heck? You're not supposed to start out a conch piercing with a CBR in, because it could cause keloids, hypertrophic scarring, unnecessary scar tissue, and longer healing time. However, I researched a lot about that. I knew what I was getting myself into. I know I'm gonna have to be like really careful with this thing for like a year. I know that, but I hated the way that the rod looked, and I love the way that the ring looks. So I would not be able to deal with having the rod in there and like waiting for it to heal enough so that I could get a ring in. I was like, no, I don't care. I'm gonna get started with a ring, because there's no way I can have a rod, because you can't see the rod. Like, it's just hidden in the inside of your ear. You can only see like the outside part. So I was like, it has been 24 hours since I got my piercing, and I'm like one of the few people, my ear isn't sore. Like, I can't feel it. I feel it. I can wiggle my ears. All right, let's see what happens. Pray for me. Can you see that? I can wiggle my ears. Yeah, I can feel it when I move my ears. Like, it just feels kind of weird. It feels like there's a little weird pressure. But other than that, I can't feel it. Like, I'm not sore. I was sore for the first 5 hours after I got the piercing done, but like once I was getting ready to like go to bed, go to sleep and stuff, like I couldn't feel it. I wash it. Okay, wait, let me tell you about like what it was like getting the piercing done, and then I'll go into like cleaning and stuff, and like how, yeah. So I went to a place, it's in Duluth, it's called Terminus City Tattoo. And the shop, it's like on a strip mall, like a bunch of, God, all right, help me. It's it's just a bunch of little stores, and it says in red letters tattoo, and it looks really ratchet on the outside, but then once you walk in, it's like it looks really cool and like professional and stuff. And when I walked in, I went with my friend. I recommend going with a friend, because I feel like if I had gone by myself, I would have just like walked out. I would have been like, I'm too scared, because I kind of have a fear of needles. So yeah, I have a relatively low pain tolerance, and I have a fear of needles. So that was kind of hard for me. I was like, I'm so scared. Do you see it? It's a light blue opal. Let's try to get in a light. No, can't really tell. Baby hair's in the way. But anyways, it's not like too fancy of an opal, but it is an opal, which is my birthstone, so that's pretty cool. So I walked in, and they were like, hi, how can I help you? And I'm like, I'm just gonna get one piercing today, conch on my left ear. And they were like, all right, let me notify the piercer. And I was like, her name's Jen, right? And they were like, yeah, it's Jen. And I'm like, all right, cool. Jen is the one who did my double lobes. See the second one right there. So yeah, I already knew who Jen was. Alright, I feel like the weight, and especially sitting in the actual, like, piercing chair, I feel like that was way worse than, like, the actual piercing. Like, the agony, like, hearing her, like, put on the sterile gloves and, like, holding the utensils and stuff, like, looking over and seeing that, like, ah! Oh, God! That was way worse. But, yeah, so I, like, filled out a form. They took my driver's license. They, like, took a scan of it on a printer, and then they gave it back to me, blah, 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 and I had to initial and sign a bunch of stuff. Like, I understand that this can get infected and stuff. Like, I understand that I have to take care of it, and it's my responsibility and stuff. And then I went back and I sat in a chair, and Sarah Kate, my friend, was, like, standing next to me. She was like, it's gonna be okay. And I was like, feel my palms, they're so sweaty. And then she felt my palm, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's drippy. It wasn't actually drippy, but it was like, it was soaking. So, yeah, she just got a hollow needle, 16 gauge, and, she, like, put a little dot on my ear, and she was like, alright, you wanna go check it out? Like, look at it? I was like, sure. So I looked at it in the mirror, and it seemed fine. And then she was like, alright, take a deep breath in. And then I'm like, fuck, I know what this is. When I breathe out, she's gonna stick me. So I was like, when I took my deep breath in, I was so nervous that my breath was shaky. So it was like, it was like that. It was sad. And then she was like, and then breathe out. And then I was like, I don't want to, because I know what you're gonna do. I know exactly what you're gonna do when I breathe out. But I did, and it felt like I got stung by wasps. I got attacked by, like, a nest when I was younger, and it felt like that. It felt like wasps attacking the middle of my ear. Like, I couldn't feel, like, the specific point like I could when I got my double lobes, but with this, it just felt like the entire, like, middle section of my ear was on fire! Like, legitimate fire. You know when your friends are, like, outside, and they're like, wow, it's so hot, I feel like I'm on fire. You know, like, or something like, I don't know. But when I say I feel like this was on fire, I legitimately mean that it felt like it was on fire. It hurt so bad. Well, not that bad, you know, like, I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, most people are like, it was an 8 or 9 out of 10. Like, oh, just wait till childbirth, hold on. But, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It was, I don't want to do it again, but if it was life or death, like I had to, then I would just be like, okay, you know, so, but I prepared myself mentally for the needle to go in, but I did not prepare myself for her to switch the needle out and put the jewelry in. I forgot to prepare myself for that. So when she started to pull the needle through and then she put the end of the ring inside the hollow needle, so we just kind of, here's the inside of the needle, right? And here's the ring. So she put the end of the ring in here, and then it just kind of went like that. But it hurt so bad. Yeah, her switching out the jewelry and the needle and stuff, that hurt a little bit more than the needle going through my ear. But yeah, it was done in like less than 10 minutes. The wait was like 20 minutes. I had to wait like 20 minutes because Jen was doing a tattoo at the time. Is this too much detail? Sorry. So, what I do to clean my ears, I use Dial soap. They have like the gold. There's no unscented Dial soap, but I mean, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it works just fine. But they have like gold spring waters, white tea, and then like one other type of Dial soap, and it just comes like in the like liquid, like the thing that looks like this, and you like push it down in the soap. Yeah, that thing. That's because that's how liquid soap works. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. But yeah, you get a Q-tip, you get your Q-tip wet, and you put a little drop of soap on the end of your Q-tip, and I wipe around like that, and then I wipe on the ring, because you have to clean the entire jewelry thing. I didn't know that at first, like the first time I washed this, but then someone was like, you have to wash the entire ring, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense, because I don't want like bacteria crawling up it or something. So I like clean the area, and then I clean the ring, and then I like, you have to wash your hands before you do this too, and then I poke the back of my ear to try to feel where the ring goes in, and then I wipe around that area, and then I get warm water and stick it under the sink, and I like, so the water comes down like this, right? So I cup my hand like this to like catch the water like that, and then I like splash it on my ear like this to get the inside, because it is very difficult, stupid hair, to get the water inside of there. So that's what I do, catch the water like that, and I go, so that's how I clean my ear. Nobody else on YouTube is telling you to do that. I got you. It looks like I'm balding right here, but it's just baby hairs. And I don't have this yet, but I know how to do it, and I'm going to do it, and I recommend you do it too. Sea salt soaks. You've probably heard of this. This can help it heal. It helps reduce like inflammation. It's just good for your ear, man. Helps it heal. Oh, before I forget, I recommend, even though I didn't do it, I don't recommend that you do what I did. Start out with a rod, because it will hurt you a lot less. Because even just doing this sometimes, like my hair will come forward or something, and it'll like push the ring, and the ring will like move, and it'll hurt. Like, just the littlest things, even just my hair moving will push the ring up and down, which can cause scarring and keloids, and but yeah, I knew that. I knew what I was getting myself into. So it's okay. I just want you to know that too. So I recommend you start with a rod. Everybody recommends that you start with a rod, but I was just a stubborn bitch, and I was like, nope, ring. I want a ring. So, because I take a long time to heal, and I was not finna wait a year or two. It might be 2 years. I'm expecting 2 years or 3 for this thing to heal, because I take like 4 times as long to heal as most people. So, yeah. Anyways, sea salt soaks. So this is so important, or else you're gonna fuck up your ear. You have to get non-iodized, non-kosher sea salt. And you get warm water or hot water, or like just don't burn your ear, but get hot water. Put some salt, not too much salt, but some salt, just enough to make it salt water, you know, not like unbearably salty water. But you like mix it around, stir it around, get the salt water, make it salt water, and you get a cup, like probably want a cup like this big. Some people say shot glasses, but like, how the fuck would I get the water from a little tiny shot glass all the way up to where the piercing actually is? So I'm gonna get a cup like this big, just kind of a normal cup size, and then hold it. You do this, and then you stick I'm gonna stick my whole ear like this when I get my salt. I don't have the salt yet, but I know what kind to get. So you do this, you leave it here for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. You can do 10 minutes if you feel like your ear needs some extra TLC. But do that, and yeah, I guess you can you're probably gonna need to wash it for until it's done healing. But when you first get it, the first month, you're probably gonna have to wash it twice a day for that first month. But then as time goes on, you can do it a little bit less and less. But I would recommend still doing it. Don't over wash your piercing too. If you are washing your new piercing 6 times a day, oh my god, it's so good for my piercing to just wash it constantly. No, it's not. Because do you know Did you know that there's such thing as good bacteria that helps heal things? And you know what your ear's trying to do right now? It's trying to heal a thing. So you need that bacteria up there. And if you're constantly washing your piercing, you're constantly washing away that good bacteria that's trying to heal your piercing. Partner, so don't do that. You just need to wash it twice a day, 2 or 3. And what I'm doing when I take showers is I'll wash my hair and my body separately. So I'll like flip upside down in the sink and wash my hair like that, and like keep my earring away from everything, because this way when you wash it, everything is like this, out of the way of your ear, right? And then I go in the shower and I have my hair like up in a bun or something, so that the heavy hair soaked with like water isn't like hitting it and stuff, and then I'll just like wash everything else. So that's how I take showers with my piercing. And someone just texted me. Yeah, it cost me $70. That was a little bit more on the more expensive side, I think, because I texted my friend and I was like, oh, it cost $70, and she was like, what? Yeah, I thought it was gonna cost $40, but I got a really good piece of jewelry, so that's why it cost a bit more than I thought it would. But yeah, Jen did a really good job piercing it, so I didn't mind paying that much for it, because I was just so happy. I almost cried after it was done, looking in the mirror. I was like, it's beautiful, thank you, I'm so happy. But yeah, badass bitch, status acquired. It's so pretty. Let's look at it again. It's so cute. Okay. I think that's it for this video. 17 is my lucky number also, so I think I'm gonna cut it at 17 minutes. So, bye friends! If you have questions, or if you would like to share your piercing story in the comments, please do so, because I love piercings and I love hearing about them and talking about them and reading about them and researching. So do that. Thanks. Bye!